All right. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, number one. Happy belated birthday. Hope this year is going fabulously for you. Maybe the best year yet. Never know. I mean, it's certainly going to be it's been a pretty interesting year so far. Your father. And you're going to get married. And it's developing into this weird little fairy tale groove with Fuzzy Bear. There's a lot of good dynamics are happening, a lot of good stuff. So, I can't find my notes. So I'm just going to wing it. I wanted to talk. I know I've talked to you about this before. I wanted to talk about Alyssa's infancy narrative. You were conceived in the summer. I remember when it happened. I was young at the time, and we were using protection, and it was it was a chic elite. Fuck me in the ass. Call me Henrietta. Fuck. I don't even. Hold on.
They were spending a lot of time
He was like, boy, sometimes the cats want to play with me, and sometimes they don't.
They were kind of off in a corner by themselves, and people started to look at them like they were a couple.
Leo just thinks they want to play. And he doesn't know why. Sometimes they do and sometimes they don't. We went through this with Josie last week. Josie wanted to play. Wink, wink. Leo loves his kids. Leo loves his kids. Leo loves his kids.
Alright, like I was saying before the camera fucked up on me. I was wearing protection when you were conceived. It was a chic elite. I actually carried the empty box around for years because in my younger mind I thought that perhaps you would want a souvenir of the thing that tried to stop you from coming into being, but could not. I don't know if I've already said this. Yet I couldn't have. Well, it's probably not recorded, but look. So, I remember telling your Aunt Beth, she told me to get a lawyer. I hung up on it. I told Nanny and Grampy, and that was really hard, but they were supportive. Your Grandma June, being a good progressive Republican, advised us to abort you immediately. Lucky for you at the time, my dear, my belief system just wouldn't allow that. I felt that I had no choice if I had one, and your mom figured it was a way to hang on. So she allowed you to be, thank God, I'm so glad that you are. And I remember you said to me once, if you got me aborted, I wouldn't know, and I know, but I'd know. You were so important to me. When you were, your mom was at the hospital, Jefferson Davis Hospital, County Hospital, on the bayou. So yes, you were born on the bayou. The doctor-induced labor. I drove the Mustang that your mom had gotten from your Aunt Steve, drove it back to the pad, Sands Point, came back to the hospital, and I was in the delivery room up until the point when you were crowning, and then my pass ran out. And I had to leave. This county hospital was full of pregnant women There were women in the halls. They had no room for them in the halls, sitting in chairs moaning. It was ghastly. And then you were born. I came back the next day, and you know, and I've told you this before, but I've never seen anybody that looked like me. I never touched anybody that had the same stuff as me, or had those eyes like me. And I looked down at you, and I smiled, and you smiled back, and you were mine. You were like the first thing. I love you. It's like being a... It's kind of like being black in a country where everybody else is white, and then having a baby and it being black. And you're like, whoa, me and you. It's me and you, baby. We're the only ones. I was shocked that they let us take you home. Because at the time I was like, me and Gypsy, all we know how to do is play D&D. We don't know anything about the look at us. We don't know anything. We took you home, and I wish I still had the pictures. I have a picture of you holding a flower in your car seat on the grass. And I was really lucky because, well, your mom, aside from being mental, crazy, she couldn't handle any distractions when she studied, and I had no problem with that, so you were always with me. And if I could thank your mom for anything aside from having you, it was letting me deal with you when you were tiny, and she thought that you were the devil. I mean, I wish I had these at the palace. I had them. Maybe I even showed them to you. I'm sure I did when you were younger, because I loved them. My college textbooks with these scribbles inside, because when you were, you know, you would sit in my lap while I'm studying and scribble on the book. It was just so beautiful. I was so lucky. I've told you before about going up to visit Grampy and, you know, flying up north, and a stewardess at some airport coming up to us and going, "Excuse me, but if you and your little brother are traveling alone, we do have a room where minors can stay." And I was like, "Thank you, ma'am." It was just so cool, this. And so we moved from Sands Point down to the Fawn Villa. And your first babysitter was this little old lady, southern lady named Miss Carol. And Miss Carol had been recommended to us by another friend of ours, this big fat gay nurse named Dee. Eventually we moved from Fawn Villa back to Sands Point. And Miss Carol had said to your mom and I, and remember, this is an old southern lady, and at the time I had no appreciation for context or culture, or, you know, when you're in your early 20s and you're like a communist, you're very black and white. And she goes, "How come you're leaving the Fawn Villa? Is it because there's too many niggers?" But that wasn't why we got rid of her. This is how that happened. Dee and I had gone to this concert, one of these free concerts, in the big park. What the hell was the name of that park in Houston? I'll have to look it up, because it was kind of, it fits into my Houston story several times, this big park. They used to have these big concerts down there, you know, old bands from the 60s. There was like Buffalo Springfield Revisited, and yes. So you're going to smoke a lot of pot, get stoned, listen to music. Come back home a couple hours later, and he drops me off, and I come into the apartment, and your mom doesn't say anything. She just walks out. Wow. What she did was, she went over to Dee's place, and he lived like on a second floor. And she starts throwing rocks at his window, trying to get him to come out, screaming all sorts of bad things about homosexuals. And security escorted her off the property. Once she came back, she actually scratched a really bad word on his on his door. And then she went down to Miss Carol, your babysitter, and told him that she'd been over to his place and seen several young men passed out on the floor with hypodermic needles all over the place. And, you know, he was at the closet too. You know, he was like a Southern Baptist closeted gay dude. And after that, he came up to me, and I remember him saying, "Look, dude, I just can't hang out with you anymore. You know, that woman is crazy, and she's trying to destroy me, and she's going to destroy you too." Well, you know, unfortunately at the time I'd really accepted your mother's craziness. You know, crazy. You loved to swim, spent a lot of time, because we always had a swimming pool in Houston, wherever we were. You always swam. And it was a bitch getting you out, because you would scream. It was a bitch getting you to leave the playground, because you would scream. I told you, I nicknamed you Alyssa Noise. And I remember, because I had to get up with you, and I'd do a little drinking at the time, and I remember, oh, you waking me up in that horrible hangover, me having to get up with you. But I was in my early 20s, so I could deal with it. I love you. I love you so. I really do. And me and your mom moved. I don't know if it was then that we got 2 separate apartments. I think there was a space in between, but at some point we got separate apartments, and I got 2414, which would be our Houston home for a while, until we left. And your mom, I had a 1-bedroom den because you were going to stay with me, and your mom got an efficiency because she was going to stay with herself. And it was just a cool groove. I had this 33-year-old black dude, Uncle Billy, your Uncle Billy from California. So your mom, and there were just lots of cool people hanging around, and hippies, and Heidi the Lesbian Witch, and it was just that everybody loved you and adored you, and it was just a happy little scene. And that Uncle Billy reminded me, your mother came over one day, and I don't know what, she was looking for Uncle Billy, and she was pissed. She was. And I was in there with Richard, we were hanging out. You were playing in your room. And your mom goes, "Where's Billy?" And I knew he was in the bathroom on the crapper. And I said, "He's in the bathroom." Your mom goes in there. And the next thing I hear is Uncle Billy, because your mom just walks right in. Just stands in there and stares at Uncle Billy, sitting on the crapper, and glares at him. And he says something like, "God damn, can't you see I'm on the potty?" Oh, the stories go on and on. But you, I love you so. You're just a wonderful baby. Just so smart. There's another tape where I'm playing the song Imagine by John Lennon. And behind me you can hear the pop, 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 pop of one of those little toys that kids push around, and little balls. It's round, and it makes little balls go pop, 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 pop. We gotta find those tapes. Somebody's got them. I gotta talk to Tommy. Alright, I'm gonna play you a song real quick, but first I gotta make sure this camera's on, because if it's not, I'm gonna lose. Okay. Alright, cool. Because, man, you should have heard me. Actually, I've got tape, but I'm not gonna put it on. When I found out that camera was off, I lost my mind. I'm going to play you a silly song. It's not silly, it's a good song, but it's like I wrote this when I was 17. It's called The Jungle. nothing to do. I've been going through the motions and it's nothing new. 31 days I've been thinking of you. Come lie in the jungle with me. Come lie in the jungle with me. I got a postcard saying, wish you were here. I really haven't eaten and it's nearly a year. The days drag by when you're not here. Come lie in the jungle with me. Come lie in the jungle with me. Really a lot. You get plenty of sun, but it really don't jive. And if you ever show up, well, I quickly revive. Come lie in the jungle with me. Come lie in the jungle with me. This is a sweet part. All day long, I waited too long. My voice is getting hoarse from singing the song. And if you ever show up, well, I'll probably be gone. Come lie in the jungle with me. Come lie in the jungle with me. Come lie. Come lie in the jungle. In the jungle. Come lie in the jungle with me. So I wrote that one when I was 17. Let me throw you this one too. This is like one of the first songs I ever wrote. And I was like, fudge, 14? Maybe? Funny, if we can find the tape. I play this tape. I've got like 7 tape recorders all lined up. I put reverse messages in it. It's crazy. Wait, how's it go? Sorry. Okay, here you go. That's not right. I'm sorry. I'm going to cut that out. Sorry, wow. Let me see. I love you. I don't want this to go on too long. I'll I'll play my happy song real quick. We'll leave it at that. Sorry it's untuned. I love the sun, I love the sky, I love the moon, and I love your eyes. I love the way you dance around. Man, I kiss the ground, and I kiss the sky, and I hug the trees. Man, I love my dog, no, I'm on my knees, yeah. I love the way we rise in the shadow of the sun. 'Cause when, with all this going on, I'm gonna have my kicks before the revolution's done. Everything's alright tonight. Ooh, yeah, all the weed is kind. 'Cause with all this Goliath going on, we could all be in the jungle by the break of dawn. But everything's alright tonight, tonight, tonight. And I love my tribe, and our crazy clothes, and I watch the tide. And I love the rose, yeah, and I rose above, far away from me. And maybe I've finally freed my past from my destiny. And everything's alright. Ooh, tonight. Some of y'all say Rage is crazy, or a junkie, or a thief, or some drunken cult leader who eats Monsanto beef. And a year ago I would have punched you, believe me. But tonight, I ain't got nothing but love for y'all. God bless us. God bless us, everyone. Ooh, everything's alright tonight. Ooh, yeah. Even the cops are kind that want to render mine. 'Cause with all this Goliath going on, we could all be in the jungle by the break of dawn. But everything's alright tonight, tonight, tonight. I love you. Let's rogue out. I love you. Let's bring them all down. I love you, Anaconda. Revolution, love one another now. Alright, thank you. I love you very much, number one. I love you so. I love you so. I love you so. My first relative. My first relative. You know? Fuck, man. It's powerful. I love you so. Always. Always. Me and you, baby. Have the best day ever, the best year ever. Know that I adore you. Love you, baby.